Anthony Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Commonwealth light heavyweight champion Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just finished training. Just chilling. Always.
A lot of people are surprised you haven't been back out since the great win you had in December over Anthony Yarde. He was obviously scheduled to make his return at the weekend. That's now off. But people were saying,
I'm
why
looking
is he
forward
back
to it.
before you?
Yeah, I'm still recovering from my arm injury, so um, I was given a date June 5th, maybe, but I'm on my arm to 100% before I come back. So maybe a few weeks later after that, I'll probably be back in the June.
In the June. What happened with the arm? Did you undergo surgery?
Yeah. It's surgery. Only a light surgery, only a keyhole surgery, but it took a little bit longer than expected coming back. So that's all.
When did you actually injure the arm, or when did you realise it had been injured?
Probably about 2 weeks before the fight. About 3 weeks before the fight, it was sore. And I know that I needed an operation because it felt exactly the same as my left arm. So,
did you consider at any point pulling out the fight or getting a postponement or anything like that?
No. Opportunities like that you have to take. So, I have to just go with whatever happened.
Did you have it kind of in your mindset that if you were to beat him on that night, you'd have to do it pretty much with one arm?
No, I didn't really think of it like that, but obviously on the night it happened, and I had to just adapt to the situation. So
it's pretty impressive in that sense, isn't it? Not just that you beat him, obviously you went in as the underdog, you always had complete self-belief, but the fact that you did it with that impairment at the same time, that makes it an even bigger victory.
yeah, it was good because of the magnitude of the fight, and obviously being it was the magnitude of it. Well, the fight for me more so because obviously he's my greatest opponent to date. So yeah, definitely.
Have you watched the fight back much? I had you winning. I think most observers had you winning, but I think Yarde himself is still finding that difficult to agree with.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times. I feel like I won easy, but people have allowed their opinion.
And at the time, much was made of there being a rematch clause in the contract. Obviously, you've since had to have your surgery. He was due to come back against a different opponent on Saturday, but has got problems with his teeth. Is there still likely to be a rematch? And if so, would it be this year?
I don't know. It's what it is. We'll see. I want to be a world champion, so I'm heading in that direction.
It kind of like that in that you've just had the biggest win of your career. You're highly ranked by the WBO. You want to kick on and take a fight that's got the upside for you rather than go in where it's all to lose.
Yeah, most definitely. And, Joe Smith Jr. has just won the vacant title that I'm third in the world in. The second in the world is the one he's just beat. So that's who I want to fight.
Yeah, Joe Smith Jr. What did you make of his performance against Vlasov? I know a lot of people thought Vlasov had done enough.
Yeah, my coach did as well. I fell asleep in about round 7. I tried to stay awake for it, but I got told that the fight just went the same all the way through. So I guess I see in the fight. I think I'll beat him.
Would you be at all bothered about going out to America for that? Because obviously he's got quite a big backing.
I'd love to fight in America. And if they're going to pay me the money to go over there, then it'd be a dream to go over there and do that. But if it happens there, it happens there. But again, I would love to fight in America.
Is there anywhere in particular? Like, would you like to go to Vegas, for example?
I'd love to go to Vegas and I'd love to go to Madison Square Garden. I'm not sure if that, if that can happen. But if it did, that'd be obviously I'd take the bucket list off there doing so.
Is that like fights you watched when you were growing up? Is that the reason that they took place there?
Yeah, exactly. And that iconic boxing places I've grew up watching. Not grew up, but I've been watching Mayweather most of my boxing career. And he fights the MGM Grand. I grew up Cotto, Madison Square Garden, De La Hoya. A lot of them are ball box there. So, to be able to do that would be amazing.
I've been lucky enough to see Mayweather at the MGM and Cotto in New York, although not in Madison Square Garden. It was at Yankee Stadium. Yeah, it's
Okay.
an incredible experience, but fighting there would be even better. I can't imagine how great that would
Yeah,
be.
exactly. So it's definitely something I would consider.
You talked about coming back potentially at the end of June. I'm guessing that won't be against a Joe Smith Jr. straight away, but what sort of level of fight would you look for there?
I'm not too sure. I'll probably defend my title, um, the WBO title, once or twice. I'll probably try and get out 3 times this year, with the end being aiming for the world title. So that's my plan. Anyway, that's in my head. That's what I would like to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Since beating Yard and in good fashion, have you noticed any change in like your social media profiles, people recognizing you more, that kind of thing? Do you feel like you're a bigger star now, bigger name?
Bigger name, not so much star. It's just boxing in it. Obviously, you get the few more followers and whatnot, and you get the people might notice you're the guy that beat Yard kind of thing. So it just comes with the territory of the sport, isn't it?
How personal was it between you and Yard from your side? Because it never seemed that much from you.
Wasn't personal at all. It's just business. He's just an opponent. He's just in my way, as I am in his, and the next opponent will be exactly the same with. This is just a job. It's just business.
There's still one light heavyweight fighter on this Saturday's show. Callum Johnson returns after a long
No
time
man, I'm
out.
down there. I'm down there doing punditry. I was looking forward to Yard, man. I wanted to, you know, watch him.
Well, they're still keeping you on. I'm sure you'll have plenty to say about Johnson.
Johnson, yeah, I suppose we'll see.
You're not as inspired, are you? I can tell.
Yeah.
He's been out for a long time. I think people will be tuning in just to see like how much he's still in the tent.
Yeah, you can't judge it right now. You can't say, oh, he's gonna still be the best, or oh, he's still this, or he's not got that, or whatever. It's 2 years he's not boxed for, so just be good for him to get back in the ring and get out. Probably good for him to get some. Be good for him to get a knockout, but it'll also be good for him if he can get the rounds into the fight, whatever. So obviously he knows better than me what he's gonna do when he gets in there. But I'm just there to watch and do some punditry.
He's targeting Joe Smith Jr. as well. Is that a
Yeah,
fight that you'd be interested in?
You better wait in turn. He's gonna come back 2 years and take up mine. He needs to wait, but I'm sure that fight. I'm sure we're both under the same banner now, so I'm sure it won't be hard to make when it comes down to making it.
Well, especially if they could make it maybe a final eliminator for that title.
We'll see.
Let's see what Frank thinks of that one.
Yeah.
You said obviously you're doing punditry at the weekend. It's been well received, punditry in the past. Is it something you enjoy doing?
It was fun. It's different. It's different than getting punched in the face.
Well, yeah.
It's good to be a fan of the sport. You get to sit there and watch a fight and obviously give your opinion on the fight firsthand. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I know I was up there with Sonny last time. It's this silver side, the other side of the world of boxing, isn't it? So it's all right to get in there.
You'll have to do it without your mate Sonny this time. Obviously, he's got his own fight to prepare for. Just 6 days later.
Yeah.
Do you think about punditry and that sort of thing? You're still very young in your career, but in terms of when you finish boxing, you're getting experience in it now. It could open doors later on.
Well, of course. I mean, when I finish boxing, I would obviously still like to stay around it. So if that would be an option for me going forward, then that's definitely something I'd look at. But I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing when I'm retired yet.
No, I'm just saying, because you're doing the punditry.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's been brilliant to catch up with you. I'm going to let you have a well-needed rest after your training session. But I look forward to watching you on the telly on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Cheers, Lyndon. Take care, mate.
Bye-bye.